Sure you remember, and all of our viewers remember, that incredible speech that the late Senator McCain made when he returned to the Senate after being diagnosed. And I just want to read you a quote before we go to our next guest. He said, "What greater cause could we hope to serve than helping keep America the strong, aspiring, inspirational beacon of liberty and defender of the dignity of all human beings and their right to freedom and equal justice." John McCain understood America's place in the world, on the world stage. And when you have someone whose presence is as large and whose career is as varied as John McCain, he isn't just ours. We have to share him with the world. And he is particularly revered in the Vietnamese community. Imagine being held prisoner for 5.5 years and then subsequent, once you became a politician, going back and healing some of those old wounds. Derek Wynn is here. He drove all the way here from California to pay his respects. He came with his family. He's been in line, putting up with our heat, certainly not like California, right, Derek?
Correct.
To pay his respects along with the rest of his friends and family. And I'm wondering, all of these years later, why Senator McCain's name still is so revered within the Vietnamese community?
First of all, as a naval aviator, Lieutenant Commander McCain fought alongside with the South Vietnamese soldiers and people to uphold what we believe righteous and just. As a legislator, Senator McCain helped draft a bill which became law and which became known as the McCain Amendment, to a law that allowed the unification, the adult unmarried children of former political detainees in Vietnam to migrate to the U.S. with their families. Without that amendment, not too many people could come. Of course, the adult children could not have come, and without the adult children, the family would not have come
and
either.
That's part of your story, because you're a first-generation refugee.
I wasn't under that program, but a lot of my friends are. And in our group today, to come to pay our respect to the late senator, there are about 100 of us from Orange County, Westminster, California, which is the largest Vietnamese concentration outside of Vietnam. A lot of people owed their lives, their achievements to Senator McCain. There's an Asian proverb that when a tiger dies, it leaves behind its hide. When a person dies, he leaves behind his legacy. And Senator McCain's legacy probably covers 10 lifetimes. He did a lot, not just for America, but for the world itself. And through his actions, through his dignity, he embodies what America is about. You know, we fight for freedom, for independence, for righteousness, but at the same time, we exhibit compassion. And through unity, we will become a great people and a great country.
Derek, I mentioned a second ago that as much as we love Senator McCain here in Arizona for all he did for our state, we have to share him with the rest of the country and the rest of the world. And I think when you look at this line today, people not only like yourself who've driven here from somewhere else, from a far distance to pay their respects, but waiting out here in the heat just to get a chance to pay your respects at his flag-draped coffin. That says so much, and at least speaking for myself, I would like to think that there would be 1/100th of the amount of emotion that we're seeing today when I pass one day.
Correct. When we heard of the funeral arrangement back in Little Saigon, California, we announced it through Little Saigon Radio, which is a prominent news outlet in the community, that we secured 2 sponsor buses to take people here. Within 15 minutes, 100 people signed up. Well, at the last minute, some people dropped out because of the heat and so on and so forth. But about 100 people of us are here. 100, that's a lot. And we gathered at 5 o'clock to take a 6-hour bus drive. Some people could not sleep all night. Some people got up at 2 o'clock. We were so excited, and we feel so touched and so honored to be able to come. If we had more time to prepare, if we had more means, probably thousands of people would come.
And finally, and I have to wrap it up because I want to go back to one of our reporters, when you passed by his coffin today, what went through your mind?
Well, before me, as I stood in line, a few people in front of me from our group, who were former officers in the army, they stood in silence and salute, and that gave me a sense of honor, a sense of actually a sense of how should I say? I was so touched to be able to pay respect to a man that fought for the country, for what we believe is right, and also a man who helped us, who helped our community so much in so many ways.
Well, you talked about the legacy. Derek, thank you so much.
Thank you.
He said, when a tiger dies, it leaves its hide. When a human dies, it leaves its legacy. And I think those are words that maybe we can all live by.